Hello, my name is Duncan Alderdice, and the reason I'm making these videos is to document the journey I take as I become who I am by making small improvements to my life every single day. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about what I did this Sunday and the few small improvements I did, small ones, just kind of what I did. So, number one is I rewrote and actually did some stuff on my to-do list. So you can see there's things crossed off. Where's the other one that I had? I don't know where it's somewhere. I think it's gone. Either way, it was just, I actually did some things on that list. I've been procrastinating doing that list for a while. Most importantly, like there were two just kind of like easy things, but most importantly, I worked through the budget I have for myself, like, and that's tracking my spending that I had been neglecting for the past 2 weeks kind of thing, and like got into place. Kind of stung what I had been spending on alcohol since the start of the month, but technically if we look in past months in the archive, it's like the bottom third in terms of spending, or bottom three. Either way, it wasn't so much that I felt bad, or it wasn't so much that I was going like, oh fuck, I just blew like multiple thousands of dollars on it, like just burned it. It's not great, the amount that I spent, but it's not killing me, so it's like, it's okay. But then I got everything else in place. I felt good after having doing that, because that was something that was weighing on me. Funny how the things that you want to do and you don't do them still weigh on you. You think about them, and when then you stop doing it, it's like there's a weight you were carried that comes off. So that's cool. I'm just looking at the things right now. Okay, it was kind of frustrating because like halfway in the month, I had spent less money on groceries than I had on alcohol. And like, so that was just like, okay, this is why we're not doing that. But I haven't drunk like today, and I feel fucking great, so obviously. So that was cool. In the morning, actually, I slept in a little bit, like got out of bed at 9:30. Probably needed it a bit. I need to get better at actually going to bed on time. That's a thing that I have mentioned before, recurring thing that I want to do. But I actually read book, which I haven't done in a while. The book is Nietzsche's Beyond Good and Evil, and I'm hooked. I'm on page 42 already. Like I read it for like 2 hours in the morning, like 2 hours in the evening. It was great because it spoke about, like, it's talking about, okay, how do I explain it? In the reason I like it is because he mentions a critique, or talks about like Descartes, I think, talks about Kant's critique of pure reason, which I like, which investigates how synthetic a priori judgments are possible, meaning judgments that are a judgment without that is using information beyond experience from sense impression. Like, how is that kind of possible? So it's kind of defining what the consciousness looks like. Conscious process looks like. Either way, I like that book. I like the writing style. That was one of the books that I read. I got a 92 in that course the second time I took it, 84 the first time. It was one of the first two courses that I took in philosophy when I got the minor in philosophy at Bishop's. But so like it's speaking about things that I like. But okay, but I've said but a lot. I'm trying to define it in a way for someone who doesn't know philosophy at all but still can get something from it. Is, what have we spoken about? Looking at the book, if I can say it, he is explaining how, okay, I think I have to think more on this one, but he's explaining how, and I'm also feeling I'm just saying things that have come. He's explaining how the morals that dominate today's psychology, or the psychology of the times that have spread into today, are not one which value becoming strong, like the life force which has that will to power, like to become the best version of yourself, but rather one that it tries to stay harmless, of like it's like power is viewed as a bad thing. Which I'm sure if I said, would you like some power? Is power good? Like, you're kind of going, no, power doesn't feel good. That's how society views that particular thing, and that's a slave morality, which a slave morality comes from the consequence of someone does really good and then is the conqueror, but the conqueror can be an evil overlord, or be someone who has lots of power and then uses that power responsibly and for good. You both exist in tandem with one another. But so I think, I don't know, like the slave morality comes from being oppressed or being in the position of not that, so then not victimizing yourself, but feeling that power is a bad thing to differentiate yourself from that, but then it leads to resentment. I'm going all over the place. More what it is, it exploring a philosophy which promotes leaning into that life force which propels you to become a better version of yourself. Well, I don't know. Yes, very much so that. Rather than one that is virtue, I'm a virtuous because I'm good, because I'm harmless, I'm not doing any harm to anyone. It's like, no, fucking challenge, take forth, go and get your bag. Yes, offend people on your way there, like get people out of your way, but not. Haven't fully thought through the ideas enough to articulate them as effectively as I would like to. And so I'm going to stop and say I'm enjoying reading the book, and it's one that's clear, but I know I'm going to have to read it multiple times, but it's only 200 pages long, so that's good. But it actually felt like I kind of relaxed, or at least took some time to decompress. Not decompress, like work-life balance. I don't love that word, but I had me time. I had me time that wasn't just doom scrolling through YouTube shorts or Instagram shorts, or because I don't like TikTok because it's too captivating, or just watching random YouTube videos. So it felt enriching. So that was good. I went for a walk too, and then rewrote the list of to do and completed that. That's good. I gotta think through. It's a good. I want to be able to answer the question of what this is about without just saying, like, I know what it meant, but not really actually knowing what I meant. But also, I want to be able to explain what this book is about in a way that someone who has never read it or never read any philosophy can understand the gist of what it is that I'm saying, and not just speaking in the aphorisms and jargon that might be included in the book, though he's not very full of jargon. He's pretty clear. But because I think it's more, the philosophy is in line with the spirit of this channel, my personal brand, of the Become Who You Are thing, obviously, because the Become Who You Are sentiment is inspired from paragraph 270 of The Gay Science, written by him. But it's just exploring that further, because that was the other thing. Because I thought this was the book that I was going to have to read first, Genealogy of Morals, which technically is the last one that he wrote, but it's the easiest to read, apparently. But then in the editor's note and translator's preface, it essentially said that, like, there's footnotes which kind of allude to paragraphs and references previous texts that he written and refers that might not be clear in the text, specifically Beyond Good and Evil. So then I was like, well, I might as well read the one that I actually want to read, which is the Beyond Good and Evil one, before getting to the genealogy, because I thought the genealogy I should read first, but it's not. So that's what I did today. Yeah, and it's good. Thought a bit more about the brand. I need to work on, like, the things I need to do. I need to make a to-do list. I feel better that I actually got shit done and relaxed and got the budget thing done. Like, I just crossed some things off the to-do list. Obsessing too much right now. I can feel myself obsessing too much about keeping the person who's watching engaged, and need to remember that just talking, documenting, not overthinking it. Just the raw authenticity is better. Anyways, okay, cool. No, that's the ending of it. Clementine Club, thanks for sticking around as always, and remember to believe in yourself, because you're more capable of doing great things than you give yourself credit. I'll talk to you later. Okay, it would bug me if I didn't actually say it. So, specifically in paragraph 13, he essentially said, we don't have an instinct for self-preservation in as much as we have an instinct for, it's not a quote, but it's just an instinct for, like a living thing seeks above all to discharge its strength. Life itself is a will to power. Self-preservation is only one of the indirect and most frequent results. So we're not acting to stay alive. We're acting to thrive and become. And a result of acting to thrive and becoming, we stay alive. More so, which is a more active and more like dominant and take charge, like action or assertive approach to life than a passive, I'm harmless, I'm just preserving, I don't want to hurt myself kind of thing. But that's that. That's the end. Thanks.